Anybody know what this is? Well, if not, stick around, I'll let you know. What we're going to be working on today is, as you see, a Mitsubishi that's been taken apart. I took it apart last week because it was making a noise, like a little ticking noise, but it actually sounded like it was coming from the line set, transferring to the coil, and just making a little pop, 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 pop noise. And it really wasn't loud, but you can, I mean, it was irritating to the homeowner, of course. They said it would get progressively worse as time went along, but you could feel the noise. It was just a faint noise there, but I could feel it on the coil. And so I got to looking and touching different things and found it was the bearing that was actually making the noise. See here, here's the bearing here, a little sleeve bearing, and here's the retainer that it fits into. And here's the old bearing, and what was happening was this little bearing in here would just like walk around inside of there. The wheel, you see, has a shaft on it, and it fits right through there, and it was just moving just ever so slightly up and down, side to side, causing that noise. So we're going to try to fit that 10-pound bowling ball into that little 2-pound hole. We'll see if we can't get that taken care of. Alright, as you can see, I have the bearing installed into the little retainer. What we used was, the homeowner has some silicone lubricant there, and I actually used the end of my service wrench, and then put the bearing inside the service wrench like so, and just push down on it ever so gently. So now, that was the part I was really dreading, trying to get that little thing inside there. So we'll see if that didn't work. We'll get the thing put back together now. Alright, with the bearing put together, I'm going to show you actually how it sits in. See this little spot right there? What it does, it just fits in here like that, and the blower wheel fits into it. What I'm going to do is put this on the blower wheel and then try to slide it in there. Whichever way works easier, that's the way I'm going to do it. But that's what I'm going to try first. Put this on the blower wheel and then try to slide everything in place. Alright, so the blower wheel is in place. The retainer is back in its little slot there. Now I just have to push the coil back in place so I can put the motor housing. I've got to put the coil back in place so I can shift everything over and get that one hole line up with that nipple, and then I'll be able to tighten up the blower wheel on the groove on the blower motor shaft, which is right up in there. I don't know if you can see it, but if you got the slot in the wheel, inside there's a screw that you tighten down on top of the shaft. Let me get the coil put back in place, and then we'll go over to the next step. Alright, so I took the motor off so I could show you what the shaft looks like. You see that little indentation there on the shaft. That's where the screw of the blower wheel, the set screw, goes in place. So just wanted to show you that. Unit is put back together now. We'll go up here and I'll show you where I was feeling the noise. I'm sure you figured it out by now. But what I was doing is I was touching the unit and I could feel it. You know, I was touching the coil and it was just like a unbalanced tire or something, but it wasn't that bad. And then so I was feeling around here, and finally I touched right there, and that's pretty smooth, where before I could really feel it walking around in there. So that's it. That's the unit put back together, and the hardest part about the whole job is actually putting everything back together. And I'm going to wind up with one screw left. Don't know where it came from, but one screw. Alright, y'all have a good day. Later.